Good morning, friends. This is yet another day our God has made, and we are gathered to rejoice and be glad in it. I rejoice that you are all here. Welcome to you, good friends at home. We're glad you're joining us as well. This is the first Sunday in Advent. We begin the journey to the manger, the journey to prepare for the birth of the Christ. The tiny little babe in the manger. What an amazing story our faith offers. I want to say thank you to Rebecca Parsons. She will be heading out after today to quarantine for 2 weeks before seeing her parents. And we're grateful to you, Rebecca, for helping us out with our live services all through this fall. Thank you. And I want to make a point of saying that our Advent candle lighting litany, which we'll have in a moment, was written by Carolyn Miller, who will be leading us through it. So, Carolyn, thank you for offering us that gift. And Christine Enns has a special announcement, preceded by a video, I think.
We're just going to queue up a short little video, and then I'd like to make a short announcement.
Well, a group of Edmontonians were dishing out food packages for those in need today. The Riverbend RUCs and members of the Riverbend United Church helped to build the packages. During a normal year, a dinner is held at the church. However, due to the pandemic, the concept of a community dinner had to be altered. The Soup for the Soul initiative was born, and nearly 100 meals are being served up to those in need.
The opportunity to come together in any way that we can to show our care, our love, our concern for each other is so vital.
An additional 35 packages were given out to those within the Riverbend United Church.
So needless to say, we were very surprised when a news crew showed up yesterday to bring to light the work that was being done with the Soup for the Soul initiative. A small group of us had spent the morning putting together 135 meals in a bag. And I would like to thank the congregation, those who supported the initiative. We had fantastic support, very generous offerings of time and funds, and it was a very successful event. I personally wasn't involved in the distribution, although those who did reported that there was great joy and gratitude at each doorstep as the 95 of the meals were distributed to the subsidized housing units that are across from Riverbend Junior High. And this huge card I'm holding, Merry Christmas, just amazing what some people will do, some organizations. Cheryl Bohe from our Turkey team approached the Canyon Creek Food Company for a contribution to this initiative, thinking that perhaps she might be able to get the soup at cost. But no, they went well above and beyond and contributed all of our soup for free. And when she and Diane went to pick up the soup, gave us this card of the congregation, our team at the company appreciates the opportunity to be part of the difference you're making in the community with Soup for the Soul. Sincerely, the Canyon Creek Food Company team, signed by everybody. I mean, that was just such a beautiful thank you. We were thanking them for their generosity, and they in turn were thanking us for the opportunity to participate. It was just a big love-in all around. So thank you all for your support of this initiative. Thanks.
Thank you to Christine and Jill Spanner from the Turkey team for coordinating it, and also, of course, Cheryl Bohe, who serves on the board of Brander Garden Rocks and is a member here, for collaborating, and Dawn and Diane Tren as well, and many, many other people who helped deliver and haul and put together the bag. So at any rate, thank you. We mark Advent in different ways. Many of you have Advent calendars at home, or maybe today you'll be putting up your tree. There's so many different ways. Some of you have Advent devotional books. I invite you to join me on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. just for 15 minutes, 5, 10, 15 minutes each Wednesday evening on Zoom for an Advent meditation time. There will be shared silent reflection. There will be a short reflection by me, prompted by a reading or a poem. There will be an Advent theme for the week. Just 15 minutes of shared meditation during this Advent season, each Wednesday evening at 7 p.m., beginning this week. I invite you to join me for that on Zoom. The link for that was sent out in our congregational email, and it's also posted on the website. If you are visiting with us from afar, we welcome you and encourage you to look at our website, riverbendunited.org. Let's take a breath as we prepare for our first Sunday in Advent worship.
O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lowly exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, O wisdom from on high, who orders all things mightily. To us the path of knowledge show, and teach us in her ways to go. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Good morning, everyone, both here in the sanctuary and at home. My name is Carolyn Miller, and I just want to give you a little bit of background about the Advent Litany this year. Over the past few years, we have been so blessed to have our choir offer some wonderful music and words for the lighting of our Advent calendars. This year, that was not possible, and so we had to look for a different way to share the sacredness of the candle lighting. And so back in early November, I was thinking, and I kept coming back to a beautiful song for Advent that Giffen had written many years ago. I can still remember him standing with his guitar and singing the words, "You are a child." And I thought its elegant simplicity would be perfect for this year's Advent worship. And luckily, both Paula and Valerie agreed. When I reached out to Chris, he was delighted to give his permission to use it. And indeed, he sends his warmest greetings to you all. And he was also quite tickled when I told him that Doug would be singing it. So we had the song in place. And as many of you know, when I get a little voice in my head, My first instinct is to say, no, go away, but that voice won't stop. And I thought, I'm going to take a stab at writing an Advent Litany. And I used the words from the song, As We Watch and Wait for the Light, and inspiration from that star that shines so brightly in the sky to write the litany. And so I invite you all to join with me as we enter the season of Advent together.
You are a child of hope. We see the light in you. So be baptized and know the ways to walk in hope. Let us walk in your embrace, and the songs be spun from grace as we watch and wait for the light.
The season of Advent is upon us. It's a time of anticipation as we journey to Bethlehem. Something amazing is going to happen. And even though the story has been told throughout the ages, each year it is as if we hear it for the first time in our hearts. Today, we light the first candle of Advent, the candle of hope. As the first beams from the promise-filled star peak in the sky, the world is watching and waiting in hope, in the confident expectation of God's promise revealed. As the flame flickers, we hear the familiar words of the prophet Isaiah. A child is born to us, a son is given to us, and he will be our ruler. He will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. His royal power will continue to grow. His kingdom will always be at peace. He will rule as King David's successor, basing his power on right and justice from now until the end of time. And I would ask you to join with me now. We eagerly anticipate the birth of Jesus in the sure knowledge that the Christ child will find new and surprising ways to take root in our lives. Come, Emmanuel, make yourself known to us. In these turbulent times, hope can seem elusive, the days ahead dark with no end in sight. And yet we know better days lie ahead with you by our side. Come, Emmanuel, make yourself known to us. Spark in us the certainty that God will search us out, no matter who we are or where we may go, assuring us we are beloved. Come, Emmanuel, make yourself known to us, and may our hope shine like the star, glowing as a beacon in the night.
You are a child of hope. We see the light in you. So be baptized and know the ways to walk in hope. Let us walk in your embrace, and our songs be spun from grace as we watch and wait for the light.
Thank you to Carolyn, Doug, and Rebecca for that. And we are invited to share in our opening hymn, People Look East, standing as we're able. If you sing, please just barely mumble into your mask today. Let's share together.
People look east, the time is near of the crowning of the year. Make a house fair as you are able, trim the hearth and set the table. People look east and sing today, love the guest is on the way. Furrows be glad, the earth is bare. One more seed is planted there. Give up your strength, the seed to nourish, that in course the flower may flourish. People look east and sing today, love the rose is on the way. Birds, though you long have ceased to build, guard the nest that must be filled. Even the hour when wings are frozen, God for fledgling time has chosen. People look east and sing today, love the bird is on the way. Stars keep the watch when night is dim, one more light the bowl shall brim, shining beyond the frosty weather, bright as sun and moon together. People look east and sing today, love the stars on the way. Angels announce with shouts of mirth, Christ who brings new life to earth, set every peak and valley humming with the word, the Lord is coming. People look east and sing today, love the Lord is on the way.
Our young people sharing this morning is from a pre-recorded video. The second one was done last night by Joel with a few of the youth on Zoom. So, yeah, let's enjoy this.
Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about what Christmas means to me. To me, Christmas means spending time with our family and loved ones, appreciating all that we have and all that we've done over the past year. It means Christmas Eve services at the church and saying hello to the people that we haven't said hello to in a while. Our family calls everybody that we know over FaceTime during Christmas and catches them up on what we've been into over the year. Christmas to me means baking cookies and making traditional meals together. It means tobogganing. It means skating. It means driving around and looking at the Christmas lights. I think what I'm trying to say is Christmas means togetherness to me.
Hi, Adelaide.
Hi, Mommy.
So, I have a question for you tonight.
What?
What does Christmas mean to you?
Hot chocolate? Chocolate? Decorating a Christmas tree with Christmas ornaments?
Yeah?
Yeah.
What kinds of things do you do at Christmas time with your family?
Make cookies with Poppy?
Yeah? What else do you do?
I don't know.
Do you sometimes sing Christmas songs?
Yep.
What kind of Christmas songs do you know?
Jingle bells?
Can you sing Jingle Bells for me?
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, Miss Swan, yes, I'm one in one horse open sleigh. Hey.
Oh, that was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Say Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Joel, how about you start us off because it's such an open-ended question.
Yeah. Good plan, Luke. To put me on the spot there. Christmas to me, I would have to say is words that come to mind: togetherness, warmth amidst the cold. I see Lucas laughing now. I'm embarrassed with my response. Yeah. Did I?
Okay, how about I start? I'll give us a start. Okay. I feel like Christmas to me is like a feeling of warmth, even though it's so cold out.
Okay, that's
And
just
like,
what I said.
Yeah, no, okay, I'm gonna continue. And I think Lucas is making a face. Oh my God. That's so funny. Togetherness and family. I mean that those are cliche but obvious. I feel like
repeating more of what I said.
You said that? Oh no.
Well, I didn't say family. I said
worse.
And everyone started laughing.
Okay. I just feel like it's such a feeling. Like, you know, I feel like no other time of the year makes me feel so happy and loved, you know?
Let's move on to Lucas, since he thought that Luke and I
we were so funny. Okay,
yeah,
Lucas.
we
yeah,
were
let's
so
see.
hilarious and
You
embarrassing.
were just repeating the same things.
That's true. I'll give you that. You're right.
Lucas, do you want to fill us in with some new wisdom?
To me, it means being with my family, and this year no one else because of COVID. But
Yeah, that's true.
and also that I can start doing winter things,
Winter things.
like skiing and stuff.
Skiing, downhill skiing.
No.
Cross country skiing.
No.
No cross country.
Well, I might start this year.
Christmas to me, I don't want to repeat what Joel and Luke said, but
You can. It's okay. Now that I've done it, anyone can do it.
I agree. I feel like it's really. I feel much more, I don't know, loved almost during Christmas, and I feel like it's a lot about togetherness and seeing other family and stuff.
So, Christmas to me, well, I don't know. I love the community feeling of Christmas, and the family coming together with family and friends at the church. Not that we're able to do that this year, and yeah.
Our scripture reading this morning is from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 13, beginning at verse 24. But in those days, after that suffering, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will be falling from heaven, and the powers in the heavens will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in clouds, with great power and glory. Then he will send out the angels and gather his elect from the four winds, from the ends of the earth to the ends of heaven. From the fig tree learn its lesson. As soon as its branches become tender and puts forth its leaves, you know that summer is near. So also, when you see these things taking place, you know that he is near, at the very gates. Truly I tell you, this generation will not pass away until all these things have taken place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. But about that day or hour no one knows, neither the angels in heaven nor the Son, only the Father. Beware, keep alert, for you do not know when the time will come. It is like a man going on a journey, when he leaves home and puts his slaves in charge, each with his work, and commands the doorkeeper to be on watch. Therefore, keep awake, for you do not know when the master of the house will come, in the evening, or at midnight, or at cockcrow, or at dawn, or else he may find you asleep when he comes suddenly. And what I say to you, I say to all, keep awake.
Did you notice a theme with the youth, family, togetherness, community? Things that we stretch now to, I switched mics. Ray, I'm on 2 now, sorry. Things that we are stretching now to enjoy. We're all being stretched. Everyone in the world is being stretched. What does this message of keep awake mean to us in these days? I know that everyone has traditions that can't be lived out this year. I understand that. In our family, we always prepared gifts for our siblings and wrap them and put them under the tree for several weeks before Christmas. Sorry, it's poofing. Is it my shield? Is it my shield? I can't. Sorry, guys. So we would wrap these gifts, put them under the tree for our siblings, and then wait until Christmas morning for Santa gifts. Well, one year, first when we wrapped them, we would put in things like cans filled with coins or toilet paper to change the shape. We would make them all very funny. Did you do that too, Rebecca? Okay, I see you nodding. And then we would guess, of course, lift them and shake them and feel them and try to figure out what they were. That was just the way of Christmas tradition in our home. So one year, I was about probably 5 or 6. I'm hoping I was 5 or 6. I'm really hoping I wasn't more like 10 or 11. So I'm going with 5 or 6. And I was guessing at the gifts under the tree. And one looked particularly intriguing, and no one was around. So I took it to my room. It was for me. I took it to my room. I unwrapped it. And inside I found one of those books of lifesavers. Did you have those in Canada? Yeah? And as a child, of course, it seemed like a massive amount of color candy, multicolored candy. I took out the rolls of lifesavers, closed the book, put it back in its box, wrapped it back up, complete with, jingling can and tape and all, and put it back under the tree. I proceeded to enjoy those lifesavers all the rest of the weeks before Christmas. Of course, come Christmas morning, they were gone. I knew, even as a child, that I had missed something in doing that. I don't know if I got busted, but I do remember knowing that somehow I had cut into the meaning of Christmas. Somehow I had diverted what giving is about. I had distorted the Christmas message. That was a good lesson for a young child. A man is born as a babe, so utterly vulnerable, absolutely dependent on what he comes from. And this isn't just any babe. This utterly vulnerable, absolutely dependent babe is filled with the glory of God. We unwrap him each Christmas, and we enter the mystery of divine love becoming human flesh, human form. We unwrap him and see what flavor of love he might offer us this year. Is it love filled with grace that compels us? Is it love that will convict us this time? Is it love that teaches us how to be kind and calls us into compassion? Or is it love that's going to squeeze every last drop of what we thought belonged to us and return it to what we come from? As we unwrapped the gift of this story, love becoming human form, as we unwrap it throughout our lives, we can, at any point, in any given moment or any given day, take its sweetness like a lifesaver for ourselves and wrap it back up and put it back under the tree, having emptied its meaning and devoured it for us, forfeiting the gift of eternal life now. Or we can grow each day into the gift. We can savor the gift of life, living in utter amazement that it has come into form, showing us the way. We can honor the gift by yielding our will to the flow of love that comes from far beyond us, right here, into us, among us, now. Not my will, but thine be done. We can be those who bear this gift of love to others. Mark's Jesus is an absolutely no-nonsense Jesus. There's no fluff in Mark. He's just all business, Mark's Jesus. Case in point is today's reading. It's one of those, shh, we whisper this word in the United Church. It's one of those apocalyptic readings. It's not a word we say often, apocalyptic. You don't know when the master of the house is coming, so get ready. Live prepared. Keep awake, he says. It's kind of a theme. We started it a couple of weeks ago. These are lectionary themes. We've been reading the lectionary, and they all seem to be some sort of keep awake, get ready. I'm not sure in this passage if Jesus is saying, keep awake, because the world is going to end any day. Or if he's saying, keep awake because you could die any day. Or if he's saying, get ready because you're going to encounter God today. I'm not sure if we're supposed to be hoping that this occurs or that it doesn't. Either way, I am pretty sure it's about realizing the gift that is being offered, the gift of love, divine in human form, the gift of life. I'm pretty sure he's saying, wake up and don't go back to sleep. I keep looking at Doug because this is what he talked to us about 2 weeks ago. Rumi's poem said it all. I'm pretty sure Jesus is saying something like that. Don't wrap me up empty and put me back under the tree. Don't take it for yourself. This is the real thing. Live it. I'm pretty sure he's saying something like that, but what does it mean for us? What better way to live, says Barbara Brown Taylor, than in the grip of a promise, to wake in the possibility that today might be the day, to remain wide awake all day long, she says, noticing everything. Do you notice more in your days, in these COVID days? Waking up, paying attention, savoring the gift of life each moment. This is our invitation while we're here in these human forms on earth, because Christ is, the promise of life is fulfilled. Because Christ is, we know the way home. Because Christ is, we are called to love. He paves the way, he shows it to us, he lives it, he teaches it. Because he is, we get to savor each moment, knowing that the promise is fulfilled and living it out as a presence of love for all. But what does that look like? Are these just empty, ethereal words, or are they real and gritty here and now for us? There is so much that might tempt us now to complain in these days. It's difficult for everyone. We're all hoping for a vaccine. We're hoping for a day when things return to normal. We're hoping our loved ones don't get sick or we don't get sick. We're hoping we don't lose our job. Every single time we complain, even when we desperately hope, we're losing a precious opportunity. We're gripping, we're becoming tight, not loose as love, hearts open to what this moment might be offering. Keep awake, because it might be now that we encounter God. We can travel all day, chasing the golden sun in the western sky, only to find when we get there that it's back over our shoulder, rising in the place we left. The golden promise is fulfilled in Christ being born, but it becomes real to us only when we receive it. No matter what difficulty we are in, we can have hearts open to love. Grace is ours insofar as we receive it now, in this moment, no matter what difficulty comes. How do we make it practical? We can speak all day about staying awake in this moment, being prepared, getting ready to meet God, remaining stayed as beings of love. But how do we make it practical? We've talked in previous weeks about Thich Nhat Hanh inviting us to let every footstep kiss the earth. We've talked about letting every breath be a breath for love. Here's another idea for making this practical. I was thinking yesterday morning about Muslim women. We were about to, deliver these care packages to Brander Gardens. Many residents there, not all, but many are Muslim. And I was thinking about traditional Muslim women, how all they've ever had to communicate their soul and to see into another's soul is their eyes. We may miss seeing each other's smile and facial expressions, but traditional Muslim women have always lived this way, digging deep for what is seen in others' eyes and letting what is deep in them come out through their eyes. I suspect that has grown wisdom practically in them. So for us, we could, if we wanted, wear our face masks as a sign of our love. What do I mean? What if every time we put on our face masks, we touch the face of God? What if every time we don a face mask, we put it on the face of Jesus? What if every time we see another face mask, we are called into the eyes of the Christ? What if our face masks become a symbol of love? They are that, practically anyway, right? They're not only symbols, but actual manifestations of care for others. We wear them as signs of compassion, as signs that we're all in this together, as signs of care, and actually practical care for those around us. What if we let them become even more than that for us? What if we let our face mask become an invitation into the gift of life, sacred now? What if instead of fretting over wearing a face mask, we let it be for us an invitation to commune with God, with one another, in ways unseen? I don't know what it means to savor life truly, fully, but I know that I can do a much better job of it. I don't know if I'm supposed to hope for or dread these end times that Jesus speaks of today, but I know that if I'm paying attention in each moment, it doesn't matter, because I'm ready. I'm a little more awake, a little more clear, a little more devoted to finding meaning now in every encounter with others. Living with knowing that the master of the house, whatever that may mean, can return at any moment, keeps me savoring life when I am. Let's not consume what's inside the box this Christmas. Wrap it back up empty and put it back under the tree this year. Let's live it every moment, ready for God to come, because the promise is fulfilled. Amen. I think we might return to that in just a moment. That you guys don't need to do anything different. Doug, is that all right? We might return to that in just a moment. I just want to share, this is our prayer hymn that Doug and Rebecca just led us in. And so we are invited to share our prayers here in the room, and those of you at home, you can put them on the YouTube chat. I want to share a few. One is that some of you know that the Bruce and Marie McLean, their entire household, their son and Marie's mom, all have COVID. They're healing from it, and Bruce went into the hospital Thursday evening, but he came home yesterday, so he was only in a couple of days, and we're very grateful for that, and we lift them up in our hearts, that they might continue to get through this. We also remember Joanne Olson's mom, who might be watching from Minnesota. She's been having some health challenges. We want to keep her in our prayers. And then our youth, Nathan Mills, who had emergency appendectomy surgery a month ago, went back into the hospital this week for complications. And we want to remember Nathan and his mom, Yvonne Simpson, as well as his grandparents, who sit right over there by Dennis and Joanne, Gordon and Audrey Simpson. So let's keep Nathan in our hearts as well. Are there prayers you have here in the room, prayers of gratitude and thanksgiving or concern? Okay. Yeah, Doug? No, I don't see any more on YouTube. We want to continue remembering Brent and Audrey Skinner. Brent is in palliative care, and they're grateful, actually. Audrey said to let you know they're grateful for the communications, the calls and texts and emails, keeping them in our hearts as well. We'll sing this again, Kindle a Flame. You don't need to worry about the words if you don't want to. And then rest in a time of shared silent prayer together. And then we have a unison prayer after that. We share in a time of silent, personal prayer. Now I invite you to join me in our Advent unison prayer. God of all wisdom, our hearts yearn for the warmth of your love, and our minds search for the light of your word. Increase our longing for Christ and strengthen us to grow in love, that at the dawn of his coming we may rejoice in his presence and welcome the light of his truth. Amen. The great paradox of our faith It's now and not yet. Our closing hymn is Hope is a Star, led by our choir, pre-recorded, with thanks to Brendan McGrath for accompanying, Paula Roberts for directing, and Jamie Kidd for engineering. Let's stand as we're able and join them in singing Hope is a Star. I invite you to remain standing. We'll have a choral benediction in a moment. I want to say a special thanks to the team of 6 or 7 folks who decorated our sanctuary this week, led by Peggy Robinson. A couple of them are here in the room, Dawn Trin and Dorothy Hitchfield. There was also Ava Garbett and Georgiana McDavid, and 1, 2, 3, I'm going to miss some. Jeff Halfordell, I don't know if that's 6, but thank you to all of you for doing that. And I also want to invite you folks at home just to take a moment and hit the subscribe button on your device or computer. I know that sounds like an advertising gimmick, but it's not. Then you'll know anytime a video is posted from the church. And for all of us, our gifts continue giving, and thank you for continuing to offer our gifts to the church. You can do that by dropping it off or putting it in the mail or emailing an Interact transfer using the church email address. The information's on the website, riverbendunited.org. And now we go forth remembering the words of Jesus coming to us from Mark. Keep awake. Go in peace, friends, as we sing together our prayer of dedication.